How's it going, YouTube? I'll go ahead and start off the second part here with the second part of my vinyl collection with Ultramagnetic MC's The Four Horsemen. It's actually their third album that they put out. The first album was Critical Beatdown. The second album was an album that I don't think got distributed very well, or they didn't put it out at all, actually. I'm not too sure on that one, called Funk Your Head Up. And then this one came out in '93. Great year in hip-hop. Called The Four Horsemen. That's what the album's called. And yeah, it's a very unique album. Haven't heard a lot of hip-hop albums that have similar style to this. I always like Ultramagnetic just because they didn't really sound like anybody else. And their first album, that Critical Beatdown album they put out in '88, was highly influential as well. So that's that's The Four Horsemen, Ultramagnetic MC's, Kool Keith's group that he was in before he went solo. Just for anybody who wasn't aware of that. And next up we have a few singles. This one's the Digital Underground Do What You Like single. It's pretty standard with the instrumental and the radio track and the uncut track. And then we have Jeru the Damager, Come Clean, produced by the legendary DJ Premier. And I bought this obviously for Come Clean and the instrumental. Yeah, one of the great hip-hop singles of the early '90s. And then we have more albums. This is Capone and Noreaga, The War Report, one of the better hip-hop albums that came out in 1997. Yeah, one of the best hip-hop albums to come out in the late '90s period, actually. This was kind of a surprise to me. The production on this is great. And yeah, there's some production on here by the legendary Marley Marl. He produced some of Big Daddy Kane's early stuff, Kool G Rap's early stuff. Yeah, good album. And then we have the Smith & Wesson The Shining album. This is an excellent album from the Boot Camp Click crew. Yeah, the beats definitely make this album. Yeah, it's produced by the Beatminers, who also produced Black Moon in the same clique or organization or whatever. But yeah, like I said before, they took this album cover, borrowed it from Roy Ayers' He's Coming album. But yeah, I mean, if you can find this, if you're a fan of Boot Camp Click, Black Moon, Buckshot, and all them, Helter Skelter, this is definitely one of the better albums to come from Boot Camp Click. And then we have Outkast, Aquemini. I'm sure everybody knows about this, that third LP. Great album. And then another Big Daddy Kane album. It's a Big Daddy thing. His second album put out in 1989. And this one also has a lot of bangers on it. It's a Big Daddy thing. It's got the little snippet from Reanimator in the beginning. Another Victory. Warm It Up Kane. Yeah. Classic 80s, late 80s Big Daddy Kane. And then next we have Ghostface Killah's Iron Man, in my opinion the third best Wu-Tang solo album behind Raekwon's Cuban Links and GZA's Liquid Swords. But yeah, I love this album cover. It's got all the wallabies on there that he's always talking about. Ghost is a very interesting MC. It's hard to decipher a lot of times what he's saying, but that's what makes him, listening to him, so fun. You gotta listen to his songs a few times to understand. But he's a great MC. He's got great flow. In my opinion, probably the second best MC in the clan. Great album. And then we have Tupac's 1993 album, Strictly For My Niggas. And yeah, it's got some of his more well-known tracks. Keep Your Head Up, I Get Around, before he, not his best album, but solid Tupac album. We got Notorious B.I.G. Ready to Die. I can't really say enough about this album. This is a classic 1994 album. Yeah, and I was so happy to find this on vinyl. You don't even know. Yeah, this is such an incredible album. I still listen to the CD Ready to Die on almost a weekly basis. Such an incredible MC. Incredible LP. A lot of people like Life After Death better. I don't know why. That's their opinion, but I think this is the far superior album. Essential Dr. Dre. Just some miscellaneous tracks that he produced. I got this mainly for Deep Cover and G's Up, Hoes Down, which was left off of Doggy Style when they re-released that album. I love that song. And next up we have the classic Doggy Style, Snoop Dogg's first and best album by about 10 miles. Yeah, everything else after this is just second place. There's this album, and then there's all of his other albums. Yeah, if you don't know what this is or haven't heard this album, I don't know what boulder you were living under or what bunker you were living in or whatever, but yeah. And I kind of wish Snoop would, I don't know, I kind of wish he had the same type of flow or cadence on this that he used on this album on his other albums. I don't know, I guess he matured or something, and he just changed. And that's why his style's so different, but subject matter is definitely different, more mature on his later albums, but this is something else. Probably Dr. Dre's best production work, in my opinion, as far as a complete LP or a complete album. Not to be outdone by The Chronic. No need to explain this. One of the most influential albums probably of the past 20 years of any genre of music. And that's all I'm going to say. I know people that hate rap that love this album, so that's all you really need to know. And then we have De La Soul's Balloon Mind State, and this was their third LP. I think the last album that was produced by Prince Paul. And yeah, some really good songs on here. Ego Trippin', Break of Dawn. That's my joint as well. And yeah, De La Soul, one of my all-time favorite hip-hop groups. Very posthumous. This cat right here, underrated as an MC, I think. I think he's one of the best I've ever heard in my life. And then we have probably my favorite De La Soul album, De La Soul is Dead. Oodles of O's, an incredible song. Roller Skating Jam, named Saturdays, another good song. Millie Pulled a Pistol on Santa. Yeah, a very good song about incest. So yeah, De La Soul is Dead. If you're a fan of De La Soul or groups like Tribe Called Quest, another excellent group, and you should definitely pick this up. And I'll go ahead and cut that part off here for now. So there'll definitely be a part 3. So I guess until I put that up, I'll see you guys later. And thanks for watching in advance, whoever's going to be watching. Peace.